Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I just want to go over in this video applying stop losses with a soft target on positions of a short and a long. So in my case, I'm hard coding it just for now for development purposes. Shorting GM, longing F, which is Ford. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this entire script run. There's two scripts that I'm running. One that will calculate the latest 30 days of ATR, automatically, dynamically calculate the stop loss calculation, apply an upward bound of the stop loss, a lower bound on the stop loss on the last closing price. I'm also doing the same thing with a soft target as well. I've highlighted these in a bunch of notes that I put up on my blog, so I'm not going to go into those in great detail here. So let me just run it and just show you what I'm doing here. So like I said, we're dealing with this one function here, just called position on, and then it's got another function here which will have an input of all the pricing and the upper stop loss, the lower bound stop loss, and the same with the soft target and lower soft target. Also including the size of the number of each array matrix and the symbol that we're dealing with for labeling purposes. So let me just run this very quickly. Now, obviously this is just being tested on. I just wanted to show this because I like to be a little transparent on what's being developed here. It goes out and grabs the latest data from the Yahoo servers. So we have two figures that get calculated, and I'm going to blow these up. So this is the latest current pricing action of the last 200 trading days. This is the pricing action of the last few days. You know, this label I'll definitely improve, so don't sweat it. It's just for quick, rapid development. I got a little legend here. This is the latest current pricing in blue. The green is basically the upward stop loss. The red obviously is the lower. And then we also have the targets as well. And usually those targets are set 3 times a percent of what the stop losses are at. Now, here's the thing, is when we enter in a price, when this function is basically executed, that point a position will be put on automatically by my system. And I have lots of code that demos that in my academy. It's part of my courses and all that. I show you how to do that. And again, I'm using interactive brokers for that. So there is that. And then essentially, let me just pull up that other chart here. So what we're doing is once we put that position on with this script, I can run this pretty well anytime I want, if it's an hourly, half hour, however I want. Maybe end of the day, during the day, every day, who knows. But what it's going to do is, as it's going to track this position that's been put on, it's going to keep the positions, all of this data here, all upper stop loss, lower stop, all that. It's going to keep it in a database. It's still going to build that out. And what's going to happen is over each day, this script will be run, and it's going to check on the pricing just to make sure that none of these stop losses are breached, as well as there's going to be some interaction with the target and all that stuff as the pricing moves up and down. You can see it's probably automatically going to breach something here. I still got to work on it, but there's numerous ways to measure the exit. If it's going to be, you know, an automatic stop out by the broker. Now there was some debate on a online meetup I had last night about letting the broker know on that signal back to the broker if you are going to apply the stop loss on your entry. Again, you can do that with interactive brokers. It could be, I don't know, any manipulation. So I'm going to be playing around with this logic a lot. Do I track the stop loss internally within the system, obviously being tracked by the database? And then there's other calculations that I can use to stop out or exit the trade, be it some risk factors, could it be some statistics, could it be momentum, a whole numerous set of pricing action that I can use during running the script and all that good stuff. So I'm looking at that. Again, this is the area where I'll be tweaking this a lot. There's always different conditions that set that. But the point is of this video is just to show that we can now dynamically show graphically or visually the pricing action and the entry, again, stop losses and soft targets. Now, again, some others will argue about applying stop losses. I look at it as a form of insurance, especially with these kind of pricing action, when you just get these drops and basically your panic sets into the markets, which appears it could be happening. So that's where you want your stop losses to protect you. That, let's say, if in my case, as I said, I can dynamically apply the calculation on the stop loss based upon a percentage. I'm just trying to remember which variable it is. I think it's this one and this one. So we're applying a 7% or a stop loss of 9%. So that's dynamically calculated by the system. And once those are breached, that's the maximum loss you'll take on that position. So that's kind of good. Now, there is probably scenarios where you don't want to apply stop losses. That's, of course, if you are getting a sudden movement like this. But I do think the key is, the definite key is you need to find brokers, especially when it comes to automated trading, because your system will give you false positives, which means it is pretty well critical that you need to find brokers that have very low commission rates, and that's of course where somebody like Interactive Brokers come into play, because if you have high commissions, these pricing movements will kill you on the commissions. So I just wanted to put that out there for y'all, and just show you the progress that's being made with this system. Talk to you later.